Hello, my sewing friends. This is Ellie, and I am back with a new video. It's been a while. I actually started school. I'm in my doctorate program, so that takes a lot of my time, and I kind of fell off, y'all. Wait, ghost. So I apologize, but I am back with a new video because, y'all, what time is it? It's fall time. It's like my season. So I had to come back with a fall sewing plans, and I have a little special announcement, kind of, sorta. So yeah, sit back, relax. You know it's gonna be a long one, so get a snack, get some tea, get a beverage of your choice. You guys, so we are in the midst of October. It's getting chilly. If you know anything about me, I am based in Atlanta right now, and it's finally cooling down. Now the thing about Georgia is it will do this, and then by the time it's Halloween, it'll be burning up, but we're going to enjoy it while we have it. I've been wearing long sleeves. I've been wearing sweaters. I mean, it's giving me the fallness I need. So I'm enjoying the cool temperatures, and with cool temperatures comes fall sewing. So I will admit I did a horrible job this year. This year I said I was going to start fall sewing in the summer, and even in the springtime I was like, let me start fall sewing. That did not happen. I don't know why. I can't call it, y'all. I can't call it. If you have any tips on how to sew ahead, let me know, because your girl sews stuff like this like right before Halloween. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's like soon as September hits, it's like, oh, I gotta sew all my fall stuff, and then I run out of time. So this video, we will be looking at some of the fall patterns I'll be using and some of the fall fabrics. The ambitious me wants to say all of the fall fabrics, but I know that's more than likely not gonna happen, but I am ambitious, so let's just say that I'll be using 75% of these fabrics. Yeah, let's go with that. So I think I'm gonna start with the sewing patterns. Yeah, because it's been about a while, and I've been collecting these, kind of like not showing them, just kind of collecting them, because as you know, I have ran out of space. So for majority of the year, quite honestly, I stopped buying patterns from like maybe February to July. I wasn't buying patterns, which was very new, to say the least. So these are patterns that were either collected early in the year or recently, like as recently as today. So let's go ahead and get started with the patterns that I did pick up today, because I was like, you know what, I know I'm not supposed to be buying patterns, but I can't miss this. So we have a vintage 90s pattern. Of course, 90s is one of my favorite decades. I love vintage. If you know anything about me, you should know I love vintage fashion. So the 90s is my favorite decade, and the 20s is my favorite decade as well. So I got these pants that I absolutely love. They have the little I don't believe it's elastic. It might be elastic. Yeah, the little elastic detail that wraps around the foot. I saw these and it's just like, they're mine. So I definitely got those. We'll be sewing these this week, actually. We also have this vintage 90s blazer. So dope. I mean, I love the contrasting detail right here. I think I'll probably go for that view if I can find the right fabrics. My thing is I want to find fabrics that have the same texture but different colors. So if I do a corduroy, like 2 different colors of corduroy or 2 different colors of whatever fabric I use, so that the texture is throughout uniform. We also have this new look. So you guys know I love macaws, but I will pick up a new look every now and then. We have this new look cape, and it is in 67, 68. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I will make sure to put the pattern numbers for the other patterns on the screen, but this is in 67, 68. It is a beautiful cape. I have the perfect fabric for it, and I'm going to show you that fabric right now. So we're going to switch it up and do things a little bit differently, just so you can get a feel for what fabrics and what patterns go together. So backstory on this fabric. I have had this fabric for 5 years. 5 years, y'all. I got it right before I got married. I remember that. And it was actually in the upholstery area of the fabric store of Fine Fabrics. If you're in Atlanta, you know Fine Fabrics. And I held on to it because it's so beautiful. And I was just like, it's gotta be the perfect piece to really like do it, because it has no scratch. It's really not for clothes at all, but I was gonna make it work. Initially I was gonna make it into like some fabric wallpaper, but I changed my mind, and now I'm just like, I mean, tell me that does not, like, imagine it, you guys. It's gonna be beautiful. So yeah, that I'm excited about that. As you can see, it has kind of like a 3D feel. It's textured. It is very beautiful. Beautiful mustard, perfect for the fall. Just perfect for the fall. That's all I can say. Next we have these. So these are some other patterns that I've had for a few months now that I haven't shared. So they came out at some point this year, whether it was spring, summer, maybe even winter, because I know sometimes those patterns will come out in January. So yeah, we have Simplicity 9682. Do I love the way they made her pants? No, not necessarily. I wouldn't use leather. It kind of looks odd, but I like the concept of it. So I would definitely do view C. Sorry for that shadow. I would definitely do VUC, but in a different fabric. Maybe not a shiny fabric. That's kind of what's throwing it off for me. So I was like, I could see the potential though. We also have Simplicity 9639. So I love this. This dress is so me. It reminds me of my classroom teacher days, of course, but it's also given, I'm effortlessly sexy. I mean, you can wear it with some like knee-high boots. It's so cute. I mean, I can see making several of these, so that's definitely why I got it. It's long sleeves, but depending on the fabric, you could wear it throughout the year. So this was like A1 for me. And I would do the view that she's wearing, VB. Okay, we also have, gotta throw in some more vintage patterns. We also have Simplicity 9739. This is a super jiffy 1970s vintage reproduction. Love this. This is me right here. This is like my whole aesthetic. Definitely in the winter, because I love wearing like scrappy dresses with like long sleeve shirts. I love that look, and it's easy to sew. It's a very easy sew pattern, as it says on here. It only requires 2.5 yards at the most for the extra large. So yeah, and it only, yeah, you can only do 60-inch fabric, I believe. So yeah, I'm like, you can get some fabric for a deal and have like 5 of these in different fabrics. So Next we have McCall's 8357. Love this. I believe, you know what guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I think I already bought this. I think I may have bought this pattern before. You know what, it says 2023. That's how you know you got so many patterns. It's ridiculous. I may have a pattern that's similar to it. I don't have this pattern because it just came out this year, but I feel like I have this pattern. We'll have to see, you guys. So I mean, I was drawn to the black and yellow. I love bees. The last time I seen you guys, I think it was like me doing my bee collection. Oh, I did a little thrifting videos too, but yeah, the black and yellow drew me in. Next we have, this is a Brandy Joan pattern, and it is McCall's 8360. So for obvious reasons, love this. Love how I can style it not only as like a strapless jumpsuit, but I can see myself wearing it with like long sleeves as well. That's kind of my vibe. I like mixing and matching spring and fall pieces together to get a look. So I could definitely see myself doing a denim as well. I think that would be really pretty and something I could pretty much match with anything. Next we have Vogue 1927. I feel like every time I say Vogue, I have Vogue 1927. So of course I love this blazer. I remember when this came out. This came out like last year, the end of the year, I believe. But love this blazer. Both looks are dope to me. I can see myself making a spring version and a fall winter version very easily. I get very intimidated because yeah, this is a Vogue Advanced pattern, and if you know anything about Vogue, you know their easy patterns are like advanced. Like, and this is coming from someone who has been sewing for over a decade. Like literally, I don't know if it's the instructions or they just want to scratch you in some type of way, but like even their easy patterns are not easy. So the advanced part of this has been like, I gotta have the patience and tolerance to do this pattern. So I've been kind of like putting it off until it's like a no pressure situation where I can really like take my time, not worried about finishing it really quick. Okay, next we have Simplicity 1165. If you have been sewing for more than a year, you have seen this pattern. This is a TNT pattern, a OG pattern. This pattern came out in, when did this come out? In 2015. Before I was even sewing with patterns, I was just self-drafting. But yeah, this is just a pattern I got because a lot of the older patterns I kind of missed out on. Like I said, I wasn't buying patterns. I was just making my own patterns and sewing. So yeah, it's simple, staple. I need more basics in my wardrobe, so definitely got that. And the last pattern, let me make sure. Okay, so the last pattern is McCall's 8370. Don't you just love her? Anytime they put, you know, girls on the cover with natural hair that are melanated, it's like, even if you don't like the pattern, you kind of gotta get it. So I love this Chanel inspired two-piece blazer mini skirt situation. I'm just waiting on the right fabric. It's really hard to find tweed fabric that I like. Like I can find tweed fabric that's very plain, but of course I want like the colorful tweed fabric that you think of when you think of this look, and that's kind of hard to find. I've heard it's online, but it's super expensive, and I'm a bargain shopper with everything, especially fabric. So yeah, I'll have to keep looking, and then I can actually rock her. So let's get into the fabric. So backstory on this fabric, y'all, okay? Keep in mind, this is fall sewing plans. Emphasis on the plans. Like, some of this fabric is new. Some of this fabric is from last fall when I said I was gonna sew it and that didn't happen. And then December came and I had to put it up, and then it's October and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sew with it. Yeah, it's that type of situation. I need some help, y'all. So yeah, it has accumulated over time, but we are going to be optimistic and hope and pray that I can get 75% of it made. Even if I'm making, you know what, even if I'm making stuff in December for next year, that's what's gonna have to happen. That's what I have decided, because as you all know, I have shared many times, I'm a seasonal sewist. That doesn't mean I sew seasonally in terms of like stopping and starting. It means I'm very spirited and festive. I like to buy fabric that is for a specific season and it's really hard to rock it any other time of the year. And that could be seen as a problem or a strength. I don't know, maybe both, but you'll see these fabrics and you'll know why I can't wear them after December, because they are very autumnal. Like, it's gonna be really hard to wear in spring, winter, or summer. It's just not that type of fabric. So let's take a look. So we have, and I'll tell you where I got each fabric from. We have this beautiful satin-like fabric that I bought from Fine Fabrics. It is a chocolate brown. I have intentions of making a button-down dress with it. I have had it for for several years. I would say for 2 years. I didn't get it last year, but I got it the year before. And I noticed if I hold on to fabric and I don't cut into it almost like immediately within a month, it kind of just sits. So I had intentions on like making it immediately when I got it, and then those plans changed and it got put on the back burner. So next we have this very autumnal fabric. Obviously, I cannot wear this in December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, maybe September. So I love this fabric, the leaves, the glitter, the color. Only thing about this fabric, it is it's not a quilting cotton. It is a novelty cotton, very similar to a quilting cotton, but I just gotta be really specific on what I want to make with it. It's not enough fabric to really make a dress or anything with it. It would definitely have to be a top. So I've just been kind of holding on to it until I can make something that I really want to make with it. Next we have this fabric right here, and I got that fabric that I just showed you from Joann's, as well as this one. So pretty. One thing about me is I love velvet. It's my favorite fabric of all times. I didn't know velvet was considered a fabric that was hard to sew with and that people don't like sewing velvet. I really didn't know that, but I know that to be true now. But velvet was one of the first fabrics that I ever sewed with. Might have been the first. Yeah, when I think about it, I think it was the first fabric that I ever sewed with was stretch velvet. And I hand sewed it at that. But yeah, love this. Have intentions. I have more of it. This is just a scrap of it. But have intentions on making like a very carefree, I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte and go to a fall festival dress with it. So I am very descriptive with like my fabric plan, my sewing plans. Like I can see what I'll do with those garments that I'm making. So that's why I say that. I'm like, that's giving like I'm casually cute with some combat boots on and like doing fall stuff. Like that is so the look that I'm talking about. So next we have, and some of these fabrics are like huge because I have a lot of yardage. I try to get a scrap of it so you don't have to see this whole thing. But next we have this yellow corduroy, stretch corduroy. Got this from Hobby Lobby, not last year. Got it from Hobby Lobby a few years ago. Got this along with the brown corduroy that I made Mimi G's flare pants out of. I will try to insert a picture of me in them. I will be making this very soon. Very soon. Because we have something special coming up. So I did want to share that I actually will be doing a collaboration with one of my favorite YouTubers, Creativity by T. That's my girl. So do I know her in person? No. But in my head, she's like one of my sewing besties. So we will be collaborating to share something very special for the fall time that will be coming out next week. So stay tuned. You will see it on her channel and my channel as well. And I'm super excited about that. Hope you guys are too. And if you do not follow her or subscribe to her, please go over to her channel, Creativity by T. Her name is Talisha and she's like amazing. So have to use this mustard corduroy. It is very wrinkled, but I can get those wrinkles out and it will be super dope. You will see what I will be making with that. Next we have another very fall fabric. See, this is the problem, you guys. I cannot wear this in February. Or maybe I could. I don't know. Maybe I'm just particular. This one isn't as like fall leaves, so maybe I could get away with it like in the winter, around the holidays. What do you think? Something drapey. All right, so next we have a fabric that I have already, I'm almost done with the let me block it. You can see it behind me, but I'm almost done with the actual garment that I use this fabric for. This is a wine or a oxblood, whatever you like to call it, pleather or faux leather, stretch leather fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby as well. I said, like, Hobby Lobby be on it. Like, twice a year, Hobby Lobby is on it. Like, I mean, for the other times of year that you go in there, they're not on it. But I go in there at least twice a year because I'm looking for either spring, summer, or fall, winter. And, I mean, they be hitting that. I got the corduroy fabric from there. I got this fabric from there. I even got a one year I probably got in this pile. They had a caramel stretch leather, but this year they had this color, so I was like, yeah, gotta get that. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen this before, but my intentions are to make something for my son out of this dope Arthur fabric. I mean, if you're a 90s kid, you know, like, I mean, like, they're upside down. Like, let me show you the right way. If you're a 90s kid, you know, like, I shouldn't even have to explain it. I got it because it's fall colors throughout. It's one of my favorite cartoon characters. I mean, it's just everything. So I got 3 yards of that. So that should be plenty for him to make several things. I just trying to figure out what to make because my son is very tall and long like I am. So I want to make sure I can make him a button up that lasts, because last year, if you remember, I made his It button up, the movie It, and and that does not fit anymore. So he was only able to wear it like once or twice. So next we have this denim, dark denim fabric, and this is from Fabrichaul. So if you're located in Atlanta, Fabrichaul is like northeast. That's the best way I can explain. North on the northeast side. But basically Fabrichaul, I've talked about them before. They're basically like the thrift store of fabric stores. They have like already cut pieces of fabric that are like dead stock and I don't know, overstock, maybe excess, and they sell it for really cheap. It's like I believe it's by the pound. I can't remember. I haven't been there forever because I had to stop going there. But it's like $2 a pound, I think. So you can get a lot of fabric. The only thing that I don't like is it's hard to find larger cuts. So when I find large cuts like this, I grab them because I ended up buying a lot of, as you can see at the top of this little area, I bought a lot of like 1 yard pieces, 2 yard pieces, and they stay in my stash longer because I really don't know what to do with them. So that was a good find because it's like at least 3 yards. I also have this caramel faux leather that I was just telling you about. So I have been holding on to this one for dear life. Because the goal, you guys, the goal is to make my dream leather dress, but not a leather dress like the one I'm making with the wine leather. I want it to be fitted. So I just keep telling myself, like, when I lose these pounds, I can make it. So I keep holding on to it because it's just like, this leather shows like every nook and cranny. So I'm just kind of holding on to it, but I don't know, I might just go ahead and make it and yeah, enjoy it, because why not? I'll just be waiting, right? All right, next we only have a few more pieces. Okay, next we have this super dope fabric. Fine Fabrics is where I got this from I believe last year, like probably the very beginning of last year. I love paisley print, so when I saw it, it's like a pretty wine color, is paisley print, is giving bandana realness without the stiffness of a bandana, and it has that crinkle effect that I love. A lot of the crinkle fabrics that I have come from Fine Fabric because they have like a whole roll, not a whole roll, a whole aisle of fabrics like this in different prints. And the last one is actually from Fine Fabrics too. So this is just a basic leather print. Leather print, you guys help me. Leopard print fabric. It is, gosh, what's the name of that fabric that has the texture, guys? You gotta help me. I can't even remember it. I was about to say periwinkle, not that. Gosh, I can't remember, you guys. I'll have to think about it and put it in the video. But it's that fabric. The fabric that has like the kind of like crinkled texture, but not as crinkled as what I showed you. If you can see, let's see if you can see that. I'll have to think about it. I can't. I'm drawing a blank, y'all. I'm drawing a blank. I'm drowning in fabric. So yeah, that was it. That is my fall sewing plans. A lot of the patterns I will be making or have already made. A lot of the fabrics I will be making very, very soon. or have already made. So as I said before, I hope you tune in next week because we will be doing a special collaboration, sharing some fall treats with you that I hope you enjoy. Also hope you enjoy this fall weather. Hopefully where you are, you have a crisp in the air and you're doing fall festivities like I love to do. I mean, enjoy this time. This is the time where you can kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy the simple things. And that's why I love it most. So as always, thank you so much. Like, comment, share. Thank you for those who have been commenting. I try to respond to everyone as soon as possible. Please let me know, what is your favorite fall thing to sew? What's your favorite fall garment to sew? Or better yet, what is the garment that you really want to sew this fall or next fall? All right, I will see you guys soon. Bye.